2 races to go in our Ferrari career then, as we head towards the end of Season 2 of our Immersive Driver Career Mode. I've pretty much decided that we may be leaving Ferrari at the end of the year. They're very much my third choice of where I want to be because of the regulation changes. If we have a look, if you were sticking about at the end of last episode, the powertrain is getting a big regulation change, as well as the durability, which with our reliability this season, I don't think we can afford to lose this many parts, and it likely is going to happen. We've only got about 2,000 resource points. We're only going to be able to protect maybe 3 or 4 parts. So my 2 targets for next season are either Red Bull or Mercedes, to try and get that championship winning car for next season. And the way Ferrari started this season, they didn't protect any of their upgrades last season, and you see they made the steepest drop out of anyone, out of any of the teams. They made the steepest drop. Looking at Mercedes, they're probably still going to be the pace setters towards the end of next year. Red Bull are making great strides, but does that mean they're going to be compromising next year's car because they're still upgrading this year's? I have no idea, so let me know down in the comment section where you think. Ferrari would be my third choice. If we can't get into Red Bull or Mercedes, then we'll probably just stick with Ferrari and hope for the best in terms of next season and the regulation changes. But it's going to be an interesting one today. Australia, of course, that controversial safety car penalty that we got last year cost us our first ever podium. But now it's raining. It's going to be a tough old race. And qualifying. Let's see how we get on in qualifying first. Well, coming up to the line, first flying lap, and that's only 4th quickest at the moment. I think we can probably do a lot better than that. Goodness me, we nearly went into the back of Valterri Bottas there. So I'm going to have to come into the pits now and get some more fuel in. But Bottas, I mean, that should be a penalty, you would think, for Valtteri. But I bet you it won't be. Let's just have a little look. No, even though that was very much a blocking. But, that time might be enough to get through. We'll see. We'll see. Well, we haven't timed this well. We're going to run out of time, and goodness me, we have been massively caught out there. We tried to go out late in the session, but we've missed the boat. We've missed the boat. We've massively misjudged that, and we're out in Q1, which is a huge disappointment because I think, again, we could have had a strong race weekend here, but I think it is going to be raining again in the race. Might as well take a fresh engine and start right from the back and see how far we can make it up the field. But that is a disaster.
It's race day here in Melbourne as we continue with what could shape up to be one of the best Australian Grand Prix. We're a stone's throw from the enormous Port Phillip Bay for today's race at the 3.3-mile Albert Park circuit. It's a bumpy racing surface here, and the 16 corners could prove especially difficult in the wet conditions. Watch out for a safety car at some point during the Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson is alongside me today, nice and dry up here in the commentary box. But how are you, Ant? Looking forward to the race?
I'm very well, thank you, Crofty. Forgot my umbrella on the way up to the box, so I'm a little bit soggy, but I'll dry out soon enough. It's going to be an interesting race in this weather. Obviously, your strategy changes completely once it starts raining, as overtaking is a lot easier in the wet. The focus moves away from pure aerodynamic efficiency and tyre management, and of course the driver themselves can always make more of a difference in these conditions than in the dry.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Fernando Alonso, Kimi Raikkonen and Leclerc, Vettel, Ricciardo, Tsunoda and Antonio Giovinazzi, Stroll, Norris, they've taken a grid penalty, Esteban Ocon and Russell, Mazepin, the captain, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, Pierre Gasly and Nicholas Latifi, they've taken a grid penalty, Verstappen and Mick Schumacher. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
When will they ever fix that glitch where you can't see exactly where you are on the grid after grid penalties? But looking at this, it looks like a one-stop strategy on the full wet tyres. That is, you know, terrible conditions. And I mean, look at the standing water. This would have been called off in real life, no doubt. But we will try our absolute best to have a good race, have a clean race. But this could well be our first DNF where we've crashed out of the race, I think.
Right,
in
let's
these
get
conditions.
the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
So we are away on the formation lap. It's time to get used to these conditions, get ourselves set, and be in for a bumpy ride over this 29 lap race. Here we come then, around the final corner, ready for the lights. This is going to be an intense Australian Grand Prix. I really can't wait to get into it in full wet conditions. So here we come. Max Verstappen starting down in 19th place, looking to keep his championship hopes alive. He needs to hope for a Lewis Hamilton DNF today. But look at this, standing water in the grid box. It's looking a lot worse than it was on the formation lap. Here we go. Lights out, away we go here in Australia. A very cautious getaway off the grid. And look at the spray. Visibility is virtually zero as we hurtle towards turn 1. We're staying out of it and assuming that there are going to be incidents up ahead. But alas, there were not. We could go down the inside of Mick Schumacher here into turn 3. And we actually managed to get past him. And there's also... Is that Max Verstappen? It is. And he was certainly not going to let us past. Had it been Nicholas Latifi or somebody, maybe we would have got away with that. But Max Verstappen now having a little look at Pierre Gasly. That is risky. But we've managed to stay safe on the opening of this lap. These are appalling weather conditions. And definitely in real life, I think we would have seen a safety car start. But this is all good fun. And a good start. Well, there they go, side by side. Verstappen on Pierre Gasly. And it's a good old move, you know. And now we follow suit. We go down the inside of Gasly as well. But we're just trying to stay with Verstappen, stay out of trouble. Little bit of aquaplane in there. Oh, Gasly's out. Well, I think he made a little bit of contact with us, to be fair. Let's have a look at this. But look at the visibility. We come round the corner. Little bit of aquaplaning round the final corner. We run a little bit wide and Gasly goes into us and, well, he's somehow going to still be in this Grand Prix. But is there going to be a safety car?
Caution, the virtual
yes.
safety
Well,
car
no
has
virtual
just been
safety
deployed
car.
due to a build-up of debris on the track. Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Come on. So, virtual safety car. Of course, neutralises the race. But probably the right decision with Gasly just losing his front wing, not having to be recovered. But that just showed you what can happen. A little bit of slippy slidey. and the AI just went right into the side of us. I don't think we took any damage. No. Could have easily took a bit of side pod damage there, but we didn't. You would imagine the virtual safety car will be ending very, very soon. Staying well within the delta.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
So green flag, and we are back underway at this Australian Grand Prix. And just building the confidence of the car. This is going to be a long race, and one that we can certainly feature in. So I've just got to stay out of trouble. Well, there goes Max Verstappen on Nicholas Latifi. But there's a yellow flag. Not entirely sure what that's for. I can't see anything up ahead. And now Verstappen having a look around the outside of Latifi. I think it's Mick Schumacher out of the race.
Green flag.
Yeah, Schumacher's out. Well, safety car deployed.
The officials are deploying the safety car due to multiple cars being stopped on track. Mind you.
And I'm not entirely sure what's happened, so let's see if we can work out what's gone on here. So that's Bottas. What has happened here? Let's have a look at around this sort of part of the track. It doesn't look like anything's really happened, to be honest with you. They've just got the yellow flags out. And I've got no idea why, particularly. But there you go. Your guess is as good as mine. That's certainly a weird one. I mean, surely it's not a conditions thing. I wouldn't imagine that's coded in the game. But there you go. Well, safety car is in this lap. Still got absolutely no idea why the safety car came out. Nobody came into the pits to change a front wing or anything. And nobody has retired other than Mick Schumacher. So, yeah, big mystery for me. But it's in this lap nonetheless. The green flags will be waved. And we are underway once again in this Australian Grand Prix. A slow start for us though, and Gasly's back past. That is a huge shame for us. Yeah, we had a little look there, but nothing came of it. Well, look how close we've been to Latifi and Gasly, and finally we get the move.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
On Nicholas Latifi. Jeff seems to think going longer is going to be better. I'm going to keep with current. Because I think that the fresh wet tyres will help us undercut certain guys. I might even come in a lap or two earlier than that. Try and get track position. Well, we go down the inside of Nikita Mazepin now. And we're following Gasly through the field here. Much like we were following Max Verstappen before.
You're increasing the gap to the car behind by a few seconds per lap. Keep this up.
And here we go now. We've got to try and take the opportunity to get past George Russell and Pierre Gasly at once, you feel. Well, this is a great chance on Pierre Gasly. We go down the inside and we are through. That's the best we've been all day. That was a good move on Pierre. And now we got to set up the George Russell move. And this looks pretty good. Excellent exit. We got ERS. We're in his slipstream. We go to the inside and we are through on George Russell. And that is a good double overtake. And now we're just behind Max Verstappen again. Up to P15 now. It's going to be a tough old race to get into the points, but we will try our absolute best here. And this is why I think the undercut might work for us. Because we're starting to find our confidence on these older extreme wets. Slap on a set of hot new wets. And maybe we could jump the guys in front. Still a long way to go.
Heavy rain to stay a while. Doesn't look like it's moving anytime soon. Full wets seem to be the fastest tyre for now.
Well, I was just asking Jeff for an update on the weather. Just at the time that we were overtaking Esteban Ocon. But we are through now on him. And back into the sort of rhythm we were in before. A little bit wide there, which is a shame. It's lost us a second or so on Max Verstappen, but luckily Ocon didn't get back through. Well, we are in the pit lane, and it looks like there's a yellow flag out.
Complete.
And
Go
maybe
now.
that's George Russell, I think that's out of this Grand Prix. And yeah, potentially it is. He's certainly
That was our last
there.
stop.
Maybe he's
No
not
more
out.
scheduled
No, there
pit
he
stops.
is. There he is. He is out of the Grand
Some
Prix.
information on Russell. They are out of the race.
Now then.
Okay, watch your pace.
And there is a
We've
safety
been
car.
informed that the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple stopped vehicles on the track. Drop your speed. Our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Well, what a time for the safety car to come out. Had to virtually stop on the track there to allow the Delta to catch up. Now then, is everybody going to pit? Because if they do, we get no advantage out of this. If they don't, and if they persist and go on a couple of more laps, then we're in. And it doesn't look to me as if anybody... No, they are coming into the pits. Everybody's coming into the pits, so... Well, what a shame. What a shame. We get no benefit.
Charles is in for his stop.
Because we're not going to get round in time. Everybody gets a free pit stop. We're probably even going to end up behind Mazepin and Gasly at this rate. But that's a big shame.
Okay, slow down, slow down.
Annoyingly, Giovinazzi's come out just in front of us. That's who we were behind when we went into the pits. So, absolutely nothing gained there, which is a big shame. And now we're on a lap older tyres than the rest of the field. And the race has just been neutralised, so it's a big shame for us, you have to say, because, you know, who knows, we could have done something really special had George Russell retired a little bit later on, but because we just come out of the pits when he retired and the safety car came out, it was all a disaster.
There is no overtaking during the safety car period.
Well, we're back underway here in Australia, and unfortunately,
We're trailing our teammate by 5.8 seconds.
we didn't make the move on Giovinazzi straight away. Should be able to make a move fairly quickly though. Might have a look down the inside here. No, that's too risky. Had to back out of that straight away, and This just means we're going to lose loads of time on Max Verstappen ahead, but the strategy has turned out a bit of a disaster in the end, which is a big pity, because we'd have probably got past Giovinazzi on the lap we came in, because we were right behind him.
For a safety car right now.
Go down the inside of Giovinazzi and we are through. Woohoo! Well, up to 13th position in this Grand Prix. And now we need to catch the guys ahead up and hope that we can get into the points. Chance on Max Verstappen. And we are through. We caught and passed him easily. We've got some excellent pace at this phase of the Grand Prix. This set of tyres seem to be working much better for us.
These conditions don't look like they're shifting. We're predicting at least 20 minutes of heavy rainfall.
And that's good news, that the rain is just going to get worse. As we're building our confidence, I think we can get up to where Tsunoda is. Verstappen having a little look. Bit risky. So I think we can get up to P9. And then we just got to see from there.
About 3/10 a lap.
To overtake Lando Norris, and we are through. And now just Lance Stroll stands in the way of the points. And you can see ahead of Tsunoda, Raikkonen is dropping down. He's got a problem with his car, so maybe we can catch him as well. This is great stuff. And now a chance on Lance Stroll on the very same lap. We go down the inside, we trust the car, and we are through. Brilliant move. And now we're into the points. What a turnaround in this Grand Prix. Now right in the slipstream of Yuki Tsunoda. And we are through up to 9th place. Raikkonen next in our old Alpine. And we know that he is suffering an issue at the moment. Jeff told us over the radio, so this should be like taking candy from a kid. And then we got a blocker. So here we go. A little bit of wheel spin out of the final corner. That should have been the chance that we needed.
Keep managing your tyres. Manage your tyres.
Should be able to get him down
Okay,
on the run.
Creating some breathing space between you and the car behind.
To
by
turn
a few
3.
seconds per lap.
He's gone to the inside line. That gives us the racing line. And well, he makes a little bit of contact with us on our way through. But I think we're okay. Just double check that. Yeah, we are fine. And now we got some clean air. Maybe we can go about catching Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel. But with only 8 laps to go, I'm not entirely sure we can do that. Well, here we come onto the final lap then, as we come up to the line. And
This is your final lap.
set a
Final lap
very,
of the
very
race.
good fastest lap of our race. And you can see how well we've done, because we've completely closed the gap to Daniel Ricciardo. Now, we might not be able to pass him, but you know, if we'd had another 2 or 3 laps, we would have finished this race in 6th, and that is awesome from 20th on the grid in these conditions. Okay, there's been 2 safety cars, but we have done a sterling job. Unfortunately, we just lost out to Daniel here. Unless we can pull off a wonderful exit through turn 11. Here we go. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I don't think we're going to quite have enough to get past him. might be able to lunge into the penultimate corner, knowing that we will probably finish the race either way, but no, not close enough. And now, as we come round the final corner, Bottas has won the Grand Prix. We're going to finish 8th, but that was an awesome Grand Prix. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Sorry there wasn't too much on-track action, but the car felt great. And we get driver of the day. Woohoo!
And with that, another year of Formula
And Lewis
One
Hamilton
draws to a
wins the
close.
World Championship.
And a new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of the sport's most incredible drivers.
And a 9th world
That's
title.
a spectacular victory then, and with it, the championship is secure. It's been a magnificent season, and they thoroughly deserve the cheers of the crowd here today. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, keeping their tyre temperatures up in the tricky wet conditions was really important. There's not much grip out there at the best of times, and it's 10 times worse if you're out there on cold tyres. So the way they kept the rubber in its proper operating window was a huge advantage today.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebration.
Well, there's Fernando as
real
well.
Team victory today.
Wow.
Everybody played their part. Congratulations then to Mercedes, your race winners today.
And Perez has had a pretty good end to the season. So has Bottas, to be fair. We've got our eyes on their seats, though, for next season. Fernando Alonso thrilled with another podium this season. And
Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
I have to give it to the captain. They fought so hard and had incredible pace at times, so I don't think anyone else did a better job today.
It's another clear win for Mercedes as they managed to secure the Constructors' title. An incredible performance for the whole team. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
well, there you go then. Lewis Hamilton finally wins the World Championship. He made it difficult for himself, but he managed to get over the line in the end. We finish 8th, which is an excellent drive from 20th on the grid. 5th for Charles Leclerc, which is very, very nice indeed. Bottas wins. Perez 2nd. Alonso in 3rd. Let's have a little look at the championship then. Perez moves up to 5th in the championship now. Overtakes Fernando Alonso. What a battle that is going to be in the final Grand Prix of the year. Lando Norris looks like he is going to hang on to 4th. We are 6 points ahead of Ricciardo, 14 points ahead of Charles Leclerc. We look pretty good for 7th place at the moment. Constructors wise, we lost a point to Alpine today as a team, but we're still 9 points ahead going into the final race of the season, which of course will be Abu Dhabi. So let's continue on and see if there's anything to show at the end of
performance out there.
this weekend.
I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? Was today a good day for you? What was the secret ingredient for your performance today?
Where hasn't been an issue this season at all? I mean, that would be being sarcastic.
After all the teams have updated their cars for next season's regulation changes, where do you think you'll come out? Appreciate your time.
Look at that. Claire even gives us a smile now. Well, there you go. So round 20 of 20 in Season 2. And do we have any updates in the pipeline? Doesn't look like it. Which makes me think maybe we're not even protecting some of the stuff. Let's have a little look. Some of the stuff may have been protected, has it? No. I mean, I'm looking around and not seeing anything protected there. yeah, we're leaving Ferrari at the end of this season. I think it's ridiculous. I mean, they're not doing anything to mitigate what's happening at the end of the season. We will continue on and see if they do it before Bahrain, before Abu Dhabi, but I'm doubtful. But
Okay, we've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
they have done something, I think. Upgrades complete. Upgrades unlocked. So yeah, they have actually protected a couple of bits and pieces, which is good. So it looks like they do actually care about next season. They haven't protected any of the durability ones though. But let's continue on to the event. Yes, replace the gearbox, that's fine. And it'll be probably our final race with Ferrari. Oh, what's all of this? No idea. So, let's see. Yeah, it is going to be a very clear final weekend. And looking ahead to next season, this would be a Grand Prix that I would do on the medium length. So I think that's what we're going to do. A 14-lap race. Rather than the 50%ers, because looking ahead to next season, obviously I'm back at work as a full-time teacher, so I'm not really going to have the time to do 50% races for every single Grand Prix of the year, and I'll explain more of that at the end of next episode. But we'll be back tomorrow with the season finale, so if you have enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below, subscribe for more F1 content. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.